Choosing the appropriate dive light for your personal needs can be rather challenging as there is just so many different options out on the market nowadays. Let's have a proper look in today's review video at the OrcaTorch D710 and let's discuss who this dive light is perfect for. Let's do this. Welcome back to the channel, you underwater video enthusiasts. Today we'll talk about the OrcaTorch D710 and discuss what it's best used for on your future underwater adventures. Today's review video will be structured into three different parts. In part number one, we will look at the features of the OrcaTorch D710. In part number two, we'll look at the pros and the cons of this specific light. And last but not least, in part three, I will share with you my personal opinion on who I think this dive light is a perfect match for. Now, before we get started, just a quick disclosure. OrcaTorch did send me the D710, so I was able to test it and to create this review. But OrcaTorch is not paying me to create this review, and all the opinions expressed within today's video are my own ones. This video does have another sponsor though. The sponsor of today's video is Audio.com. Audio.com has been my preferred choice for music licensing for over 2 years now. They are constantly adding new tracks to their already extensive music library. The newest addition is called their Audio Originals segment. These are modern and very cool sounding music tracks that are available exclusively at Audio.com. The background music track for this video is actually from that collection. How do you like it? Go and check out the new Audio Originals segment through the link down in the video description below. And if you want to give Audio.com a try, the first year of their pro subscription is only gonna cost you $59 by using the code SAVE70 upon checkout. You're welcome, and thank you very much Audio.com for sponsoring this video. The OrcaTorch D710 is a basic yet well-equipped dive light. It features a maximum output power of 3000 lumen, a 6-degree narrow light beam, a battery indicator, easy operation and various safety features, for example an overheat protection and a safe lock function. It is made from high-strength aluminum and waterproof down to 150 meters. The D710 comes in a nice transportation box with all the accessories that you would expect, like for example a lanyard, spare O-rings or a USB to USB-C charging cable. On the pro side, I want to mention the very sturdy build of the D710. It is practically made to live within your BCD pocket without needing much care or attention, apart obviously from the regular rinse in fresh water. The D710 is compact enough so you can carry it with you at all times, yet powerful enough for those situations where you want to have a proper look in between those crevices or underneath that overhang. I love that you can use a standard USB Type-C cable to charge the included battery. This is awesome for traveling, as now you don't need to bring a variety of different charging cables with you anymore. And should you lose the original cable, like I did, shame on me, I'm sure you have plenty of other USB Type-C cables lying around at home which you can use to recharge the battery. The easy operation by its single button design is also another positive in my opinion. On the con side, we need to mention the very narrow light beam. This becomes relevant if you're thinking about using the D710 as an underwater video light. Due to that narrow light beam, this will only be possible for macro shots where you're fairly close to your objects. On medium and wide angle shots, a hotspot will be clearly visible. Another thing I don't particularly like is the rather low CRI reading of 70 and the color temperature of 6500 Kelvin, making this a rather cold light. Now, this is not ideal if you want to use this light as an underwater video light, but will probably not matter too much to you if you're just using it as a regular dive light. I also need to mention the advertised maximum output power of 3000 lumen. Now, this can only be accessed for a very limited amount of time in a so-called power mode. So realistically speaking, the actual maximum output power that you can use for an extended period of time is really 1700 lumen. And last but not least, the power indicator is simply too small and not bright enough to be easily seen in brighter conditions. The OrcaTorch D710 is a solid dive light at a reasonable price. I wouldn't really use it as an underwater video light, but that's also not the purpose it was designed for. I think it's a great backup light for us underwater videographers with its compact size, decent power and good battery life. If you're not filming underwater, well then the D710 can comfortably act as your primary dive light. And with its narrow light beam, it makes a good choice for night dives. If you're in the market for a compact, easy to use and high quality dive light, go and check the links in the video description below. And if you decide you want to treat yourself or your favorite dive buddy to a OrcaTorch D710, use the coupon code Matthias D710 to receive a 7% discount. I hope that today's review was useful to you in deciding whether or not the OrcaTorch D710 is the right dive light for you. And if that's the case, then do please hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel so you're not missing out on any future reviews and other content that will be uploaded here. Thank you so much guys for your time. Have a fantastic week. Hopefully with some really cool underwater adventures, and I will see you back here on the channel next Tuesday. Take care guys, see you next week.